Oh my God. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. You have Kenny, you have Carlil, you have Bamba. There is a three-headed goat on the loose, and they are about to come to you
You got
live
sports,
on the same
you got
convo. I
anime,
repeat,
you
this
got
is not
media,
a
you got
drill. They are about
entertainment.
to come to you live on
The
the
same
same
convo, baby. Tap in. Okay, now it's time to conversate. Same convo on your airwaves. Bamba came to entertain and Kenny talking anime. Carla coming with the sports, they changing lives in major ways. You was tweaking out if TAC ain't on your playlist. If you come and listen, then you listen to the best. They not worried about the others, cause they better than the rest. Kenny, Carla, bomb, but they put the others to the test. New episode flow, now tap in to see what is next.
Welcome back. This is the same convo with your same host, Kenny, Carlil, and Bamba. And this is the podcast where we talk everything sports, anime, and media and entertainment. But this is the sports segment led by yours truly.
Facts.
And I feel like we gotta touch on basketball today, right? Because there's a lot going on in the basketball world. So let's start with college basketball. Let's start with men's basketball. Either one of y'all predict UConn winning it all.
Congrats to UConn. Next.
I
thought Michigan was gonna win this year.
Shut your bitch ass up, bro. I'm not dealing with it today. I'm not. No.
Did you think Michigan men's basketball was gonna win it all this year?
You said what?
Did you think Michigan or Kansas was going to win it all this year?
I thought Kansas was going to win. Kansas was one of the number one teams throughout the whole season, and they got upset. That's why the men's was so boring this year. All the top teams
got upset.
Got upset in the first or second round, bro. Like that. So no, I didn't think UConn. Yes, came in the top team, but I didn't think they would be the top team to win. Not at all.
Yeah. Who won last year? Wasn't Villanova?
Kansas.
Kansas won last year?
Facts. Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, fuck with us.
It was Kansas. The year before that was Villanova, wasn't it?
I think so. It doesn't matter. If it's not Kansas, it was some weak-ass niggas. I'm sorry. I'm very hostile today. I apologize. It's been a hard day. I had a long day.
Well, Michigan, next year we got it. Don't worry. Next year we got it. Michigan. Let's go.
Bamba, shut thief.
Color, do you even like Michigan men's basketball?
I do. We just had a terrible year this year.
I never see you rooting for them.
What?
For basketball. Football, yes, 100%.
Basketball, I used to hate this man when we lived together.
I'm saying, bro. Michigan usually, like, it's been a minute since they had a cold team. They haven't had a cold team since Trey Burke. But they usually have a pretty decent team. Shut the fuck up. Pretty decent team that can compete in a tournament. But this year it was just terrible. I had no reason.
I'll say Trey Burke. We were in high school, Carlo. I didn't even know you yet.
Shut up, bro. Stop playing with me.
That's okay. Well, all right. That's congrats to UConn. But let's get to what's really important here. Let's talk women's LSU versus Iowa. So before we get into the controversy, because we're going to talk about it. Did y'all see LSU dominating Iowa the way they did?
That was an NBA game. That was an NBA game. When's the last time you seen a women's score end up 102-85? They rocked. Iowa had the best player for sure. Like, hands down, best. She deserved MVP, all that.
Right.
But LSU literally decimated them, and it was crazy because you didn't think it was going to be that wide of a gap towards the end of the game, because the first half of the game the refs were giving Iowa everything.
5 of their players got 20 points.
Facts.
Beyond crazy.
But LSU came and did that thing. Angel Reese, Alex Morris, Jasmine Carson
is a dog.
Jasmine Carson hit 5, didn't she? She hit 5 3. Clip star. Whole clip star.
That spice was spicing.
Morris took over the whole second half. Morris cooked Iowa the whole second half.
19 points in the whole second half.
Yeah, she was going crazy for all mid-range pulls too.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I still believe that should have been a South Carolina versus LSU.
South Carolina, they just folded. They folded.
I'm not even. They folded, and Iowa just came ready. Iowa came. Iowa. I feel like a big part of why they couldn't even compete like that against LSU because they made sure to keep everything out against South Carolina. You had to beat them.
Facts. Caitlin Clark will give you more, but the rest of the team, they goodies was spent.
Come on.
All right. But before we get into the controversy, do y'all think Caitlin? So there's talks that Caitlin Clark could be the next Steph Curry of women's basketball. She could have the potential to be like the all-time greatest women's basketball player of all time. What do y'all think about that?
I don't know. All time is hard to say, but she's a dog, bro. She's a dog, and I'm not even just talking about like the few games that we had, but throughout the whole season, I feel like she's just elevated the game of basketball, especially women's basketball. Like we've been just seeing her go crazy every single game, dropping 30 here, 40 there. When like literally your whole team is scoring 71 points, so literally like maybe the rest scored 30 points at that, and it's just like consistently. It's not like a fluke or nothing like that. She's been able to keep this up going consistently the whole season. She's a dog. I don't know about the next Steph Curry. Steph Curry is
pulling off the dribble from the volleyball line.
Contested.
You said what?
I said contested too.
Yeah, she's like that. But Steph Curry is years and years of what can I say? Of excellency. For me to even think of her in that like, you know, if she could be the next, I need to see more. I still need to see a few years to go. I need that.
All right, let's get into it now. All right. So throughout the women's March Madness, we've seen Caitlin Clark not only score the ball, but do a little trash talk. Waving off players, not even guarding them at the three-point line. We've seen her tell players from Louisville to shut up, you're down 15. Doing one of these when the game was over, doing the "You Can't See Me." Shout out to John Cena.
No, shut up, you're down 15 is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then we also see the "You Can't See Me" thrown back in her face at the end of the LSU game by Angel Reese.
Yeah, see shit, nigga.
Angel Reese said, "Ho."
Actually, they re-showed the movement because a lot of people were coming at her saying "ho."
She didn't say "ho."
She said, "This is not a one-man show." That's what she said.
Yes, it's not a one-man show. Is what she said. So there's been as y'all know, there's been a lot of controversy about Angel Reese throwing the John Cena back at her, saying this is classless. This isn't how you act towards a player who dropped 30-some points on y'all or whatever. What y'all think about all that?
It starts with an R and it ends with an ism. It starts with an R and it ends with an ism. It's just straight up racism. This is what America is.
Realism? I'm just playing.
I'm gonna beat you.
I just playing.
But because let's start from what you said, right? I feel like your question that you just asked, what she means, is she the next Steph Curry? I feel like that is what influenced a lot of this, right? You can appreciate a player without necessarily having to bring down another one. Or you can appreciate the greatness in one player without necessarily having to talk bad about what LSU did. Accomplishments were made this year. These women been balling out and going crazy. Caitlin Clark, you can't hate on her. She played basketball. She did what she did. But America, let's talk about America for a second. This is simply just a white woman playing basketball doing what she's doing, and they can appreciate it, versus one of us does it, then it's a problem. Angel Reese, the whole season, she's also been in the media. She's been talked about. She's been talked about, like, you know, just her demeanor, how she is. But honestly, bro, like, how hard can it be for a girl to be on the court, right? You're still presentable every single game. every single second of the game. Now I'm just saying, like, let's be for real. You're on the court, you're sweating, you're doing all that, but I feel like for her, she's been able to keep this image that she's had, which is like just black excellency, I would say, especially on a girl's face, right?
Mm-hmm.
My biggest issue, though, still remains that it's just simply a bunch of white men on their computers, online, just bashing her because they just can't accept. Like, I feel like for the longest time, people are finally coming to watch women's basketball. It's because of Caitlin Clark. And that is what upset them. Like, they finally rooted behind somebody who they were comfortable with because the skin matched theirs. And then when that person gets jumped, basically, not jumped and just like loses, like everybody's just coming in pure greatness. Because LSU, we're not talking about one player. We're talking about the whole team. That's just excellence right there. It's every single one of them, they did what they're supposed to. So it's just hard for them to accept that. And that's fine. But what I'm saying is, we're not sorry. And Angel Reese, I'm glad that she's not sorry. Because she has a personality. She's holding her ground. She did what she was supposed to do in the game, and she's still doing what she's supposed to do. That's all I got to say.
So I want to start off by saying that, Bamba, I wasn't laughing at anything that you were saying. It was just this man, Kenny, picked up a whole thing of cranberry juice and barely got shit out that bottle.
It was a little bit left in there. It was a little bit left.
This man picked up an empty bottle.
There was a little bit left in there. You ain't see?
A week.
No, I mean, and one thing that you said I haven't heard anybody else say yet is the fact that Caitlin Clark is now, like, for the things that she was doing in the tournament was going viral. That's attracting attention to the women's basketball and the tournament, to where everybody's trying to watch Caitlin Clark. And now this is a player that people felt comfortable with. I don't think anybody has said that yet. And I definitely agree with that. Everybody was comfortable with Caitlin Clark. This, talented white woman is taking over this sport. But as soon as anything happens to her, now it's just, I mean, in viral internet TikTok terms, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. So, I mean, Bamba said it. He literally said everything. I agree with everything he said. It's just, it's really sad to see a lot of grown white males come after a 20-year-old black college player for doing something. It's trash talk. Sports have trash talk. Basketball has trash talk. Professionals trash talk all day, every day. White, black, you feel me? Like, and nobody has anything to say because they're professionals. But as soon as it happens in college and it's a black kid versus a white kid, now it's a problem. It's just, hold on.
So are y'all saying that they did the same thing?
That who did the same thing? Are you talking about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese?
Are y'all saying that they did the same thing, but but it's only an issue when Angel Reese did it?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Because she literally, like we said, the "you can't see me." She's the first person that did it. She literally did this. Granted, Angel Reese, like, she was in our face for a while, and a lot of people try to point that out. But they basically did the same thing. Trash talking. You are not a one. This is not a one-man show. Angel Reese literally went to the girl and said, "Shut up." Like, you're down 15.
So what do you have to say to the people that say it's different because Angel Reese followed her around the court, taunting her after they won?
It's probably, I mean, at the end of the day, one thing I don't like is that we only can hear and see, the play during the game and things of that nature. We don't actually know everything that's going on that court. So there could have been a lot of trash talking between the two teams. Yes, Angel, her type of trash talk, her version was it was following her around, pointing at her finger, doing the "you can't see me." But at the end of the day, it's trash talk. It's literally, it's the same thing, no matter in what shape, form, or fashion. You feel me? It's not like Caitlin Clark got hurt and she was just, taunting her while she was hurt. Like, that would have been a different situation. But, like, nah, we won. You was probably talking shit before, during, and while y'all was losing. So now at the end of the game, I'm getting my ring. I'm talking my shit.
It's also like trash talking. I feel like to not forget the whole purpose of trash talking is to get to somebody's head.
facts.
When Angel Reese was playing against South Carolina, when she looked at that player that was about to shoot the shot, she said, that got into that player's mind. Maybe you're thinking, why didn't she just shoot any, like, regardless of what happened? She passed the ball. That's trying to get into that player's mind. Now, me, I'm on a championship game. I got the advantage. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm close to this. I'm about to get it. That's breaking you right there. You were ready for a comeback, but you can't come back no more. Because I'm taunting you. I'm getting towards you. Maybe you're going to get the ball. It's going to be a little frazzled. You're not going to do what you were supposed to. That's what trash talking was.
And shout out to Caitlin Clark, because she recently got interviewed and she said she doesn't feel like Angel Reese should be taking as much scrutiny as she has been, because at the end of the day, it's just trash talk. It's a part of the game. They don't like to see us succeed for what? For what, bro?
So my final question on the topic. Jill Biden, and if you don't know who that is President Biden's wife, said congratulations to LSU. She can't wait to see them meet them at the White House, but she believes real sportsmanship is also having Iowa come to the White House as well. And for those who don't know, long tradition is the winner of March Madness, only the winner gets to go to the White House. But now it seems that this all-black team that has beaten the all-white team now has to share their glory with the all-white team. What do y'all think about it?
First of all,
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Because the only point I wanted to talk about was, I'm just glad that you said an all-black team versus an all-white team. Carla, just go ahead. I'm gonna pick up after.
First off, emphasis on what Kenny said. That's a long tradition. The first time that happened, y'all know when? 1865.
Come on, dog.
It's 2023. You do the math. So we've been doing it the same way since 1865. And I don't want to, go at Jill Biden as much as I feel like I should, because I think she was trying to she should have sat down. She shouldn't have said anything. That's not your role to begin with. That's the president's role. You feel me? And even Joe Biden probably wouldn't have did some shit like that. But she probably, because that came after the fact, after everything happened, trash talk, the people scrutinizing Angel Reese and things of that nature. She was probably thinking of it as like, she also, as Jill Biden, she understands that it was trash talk as well, but to show everybody that there's no ill will between the teams and that it's just competitiveness, that was probably her idea, to try to show that to the world by inviting both LSU and Iowa. That's what I personally took it as. But this is not a participation award. They didn't win. There's no reason to have them there at all. The LSU Tigers won. Those ladies should be there with you, and that's it. Iowa can watch from home and try again next year. She was just wrong in that scenario. I feel like her heart was in the right place. I don't think she was trying to give a participation award or anything like that. I think she was trying to show that after everything, that these two teams are still, we're just competitive. That's it. Sportsmanship is alive. But I feel like if that was the angle, she did it in a crazy wrong way.
Crazy wrong way. So I'm looking at this in a totally different perspective, because I feel like I agree with you. She might have felt like, she was just trying to, like, basically quiet down the noise and everything that's been going on. But I feel like that's just totally wrong. And I feel like when you're taking a stance, especially for somebody like her being the first lady, you gotta make sure you make that stance clear. Like, just because, like we said, Caitlin Clark doesn't have a problem with it. A true basketball player would not have a problem with that, because we know what's going on the court. It's just a game. That's how it's supposed to be played. Now, a lot of the nonsense came from, the extra noise, outside noise, people talking and all of that. And if me as the president or somebody in power, I'm trying to stand in between that and really show that, yo, this was wrong, I feel like you invite LSU alone. If there's backlash, then you have the platform to address something like that, or to give your opinion on that. Because I feel like it was just It was just wrong. I feel like that was just terribly wrong. Like for you to like sit down and like, especially for Angel Reese to sit down and then get the backlash, and then you hear that she wants to do that. I definitely understand her reaction. That's why she said we're gonna go to the Obamas.
She did say we're gonna go to the Obamas.
Yeah, that tells you a lot. I feel like of how we are as players, because just basketball and this stuff is hard, especially for people of color. Like basketball and this stuff, like for us to get recognition. So it's like all the extra stuff that's in it. Like when you're dealing with it every day, for you to sit down and then she's like, okay, we're trying to invite both. It's just like wrong. And I'm glad that Caitlin Clark said that, she shouldn't be going. That's not a runner-up's place.
Facts. And after Caitlin Clark spoke up about that and, not having an issue with the trash talk, all of the noise silenced.
Literally. Literally.
We not even talking about that shit no more.
Yeah.
Like, people, it's just, we live in a silly world, ladies and gentlemen.
What was that word again, Bamba?
It starts with an R and it ends with an ism. That word is racism.
That is the word of the day, boys and girls. So let's move on.
Also, before I move on, can I give a quick shout out?
Okay.
This is my full shout out to Angel Reese, because not only did they win the championship, these women are about to make history, and I believe it for real, for real. If the WNBA is smart, you cash on this. Yeah. Cash on the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese situation. That's all I have to say. 9.9 million. 9.9 million views?
Come on, bro.
Different. But go on. Go ahead, Kenny. Sorry.
All right, let's move on to the NBA. All right.
The association.
The National Basketball Association. We're just gonna focus on the West. All right.
Solar flare.
Actually, no, we're not, because something else happened recently as well.
Ooh. Wow.
So let's make this quick. I don't want this segment to be so long.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the Lakers are making a decent playoff push. They're half a game away from that sixth seed?
Fifth.
From fifth?
Yeah. Clippers are still in the Clippers are still in 5 or 6.
Facts.
So how do y'all have
We're playing them today.
Do y'all have faith that the Lakers will be able to clinch this 5th spot?
Not 5. I think 6, because it's still questionable. We still don't know if LeBron and AD are playing tonight. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I think the whole team should be scared of Russell Westbrook tonight. I really do. That man, like they said, I can't remember which one of the sports shows I was watching, but they said every time they asked Ty Lue about how Russell Westbrook is feeling about this game, he just snickered. He just laughed. That's it. That's literally it. This man, Russell Westbrook, might come out trying to score a 40-point triple-double. I think they can clinch the sixth spot, but I think 5th will be hard, because like I want them to win. I do not think they win in the night, especially having
Russell Westbrook is gonna beat the Lakers.
Russell Westbrook, and we've seen it as fans, can play good basketball when he really wants to.
Kenny, I definitely second him on that. I was
about to say, you don't think he really wanted, just like Patrick Beverly can whenever he got a vendetta against the team. More times than not.
Anytime we're playing the old Laker player that we traded away, bro, they show the fuck out against us. Just watch TNT the other day. Yesterday.
Niggas is taking shit personally. Like, it's just business. Relax.
I hear what y'all are saying, right? That Russell Westbrook has a point to prove for going against the Lakers again. But the Lakers also have something to fight for here. And you also have to remember Paul George is out.
Facts.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be Kawhi and Russell Westbrook.
That's all you need.
This is also what you need to remember, Kenny. This is our 3rd back-to-back game. We played 2 games. Completely out of gas. You saw that game against Utah. We went to overtime, and we were struggling with him. Like at some point, we had like a 50-point. Huh?
Not like Utah is a scrub team.
Yes, two of their best players was out.
Who?
2 of their best players was out.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen. The 2 top scorers wasn't playing, so we were playing against like THT and them. They were giving us a hard time. I had 25 points.
26.
Literally. So
And
now,
we beat them by 2 in overtime.
come
All
on,
that matters is that we won.
barely.
That's all that matters.
You're supposed to beat them by 30.
We had to play extra regulation minutes against the Utah Jazz, who are already a bottom team, but now they're even
And
more
then
of
you
a
have to
bottom
count
team
on
without their 2
LeBron.
best players.
You have to count on LeBron. LeBron had to show up and show out for you to win.
He's 38.
Come on, man. And that's what I'm saying. This is a back-to-back-to-back. The Clippers, their past schedule has been a lot easier, and their upcoming schedule is so easy that they can just go all out and then rest. We cannot. And like Carlos said, you're not even sure if LeBron and AD are going to play because it's a back-to-back-to-back.
Don't they have to play though?
They don't. It's LeBron and AD.
Literally.
Well, I'm saying that they have to play because we're trying to get to this playoffs.
I don't know what be going on in that locker room, Kenny, but they don't think like we are. They're not going to be like, oh,
these niggas at the end, they post-game interviews yesterday said we're going to give a group call in the morning and figure out if we playing or not.
Come on, man.
They got to get on a group call to figure out if they not playing.
That's easy. You can actually Google it right now. Just look at those reports, like the injury reports. Are they going to be available or day to day?
They're literally questionable right now, both of them still. And the game starts.
They're not playing. I don't think they're playing.
The game starts in an hour and 12 minutes.
They're not playing. I don't think they're playing there.
D'Lo and Austin Reeves better go
even
crazy.
If they're playing. Even if they're playing, this is going to be a game, Kenny. The Clippers, we have not beat the Clippers one time this season. You know that, right?
We're 10-0 against the Clippers.
0-10?
0-10. We've won 0 games. Either way, 10-0, 0-10.
Nothing.
The Lakers have played the Clippers 10 times this season?
Not 10 times.
We lost every single game.
Not this season, but like the last 10 games that we've played the Clippers, we've lost. Every single time.
He said damn. And look, I think what Carlos said is very important. Russell Westbrook. I feel like that's a key factor here. Russ is bad. I acknowledge that. But with PG out of the lineup and Kawhi just being there, watch him.
Or Russell might throw. He might freeze. He might freeze up.
He might, but he might be your
I was about to say, I give him 95% being the X factor tonight, 5% freezing.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the Mavericks. What's going on, man?
It's Kyrie.
We all said Kyrie would have, changed the trajectory for the team. What's going
on?
No,
we did not. I said that they were not gonna go no fucking where.
I didn't like Kyrie for them either. There's 2 ball dominant players. But what about Carlisle? I'm pretty sure you said this was gonna be something really good.
He sure did. I remember that. He said it.
He did say it.
Move on.
No, we're not.
Move on.
Carlisle, we were like, pick up the pieces here. This is an impromptu picking up the pieces segment. Yay, Carlisle. Let's pick up these pieces here. What's going on with your Mavs?
Did you say my Mavs?
Yeah, you love Luka. Anytime Luka comes up, Luka Doncic's gonna be the face of the league. Luka Doncic's gonna get an MVP. Luka Doncic's gonna get a championship. Luka Doncic's gonna be a Finals MVP. What's going on?
It's like his 3rd or 4th year in the league. It's like his 4th year in the league. Like, come on, Kenny. LeBron and Michael Jordan weren't champions in 4 years. What's up?
Luka got a change. That's the issue.
That's not what I asked you. You want to hear some stats, Carlisle? Let's do some stats.
Ooh.
Oh, this man did research today. He got some research today. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first.
Ooh.
And he got a prepared segment. Yes, sir.
You're in trouble, Carlo. You're in trouble.
Hey, anytime Kenny looks something up, it's gonna be accurate.
So Kyrie Irving has a plus-minus of +90 for the Mavericks since February.
Yes, sir.
But Luka has a plus-minus of -25.
62. 62.
25, right? It's gone up. 62.
Yeah, I was just watching it. 62 right now.
Technically, it's gone down.
Yeah, 62.
That's even worse.
Worse.
-62, Carlisle.
I have nothing to say.
And it's looking like they're not going to make the playoffs.
Oh no, for sure they're definitely not making the playoffs.
Apparently, they got a chance. They might fit into that last playing spot.
And you know what's also crazy, Carlito? There's reports that Kyrie's going to the free agent market after the season.
Oh yeah, for sure. We knew that. I even said that. I said that.
So the Mavericks lost Jalen Brunson and a bunch of their core role players.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah. I mean, but Jalen Brunson was before they got Kyrie.
They lost Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh, okay.
Don't say okay.
I think that's
okay.
That's where the problem is. If I may jump in right there, losing Finney-Smith and Dinwiddie, I'll even put Dinwiddie in there because he wasn't as important as Finney-Smith when he was playing for Dallas. But at times he did come in. But you remember when I think this was last year's playoff when we had this episode. And I was telling you that if you pay attention to Luka, if he was able to pass the ball a little bit earlier, rather than after he tried everything and it's not working, he just decided to dump the ball to them. And then at times Finney-Smith caught fire, was making threes. Dinwiddie, same thing. Brunson was on the team at the time. I feel like unless his play style can change, Dallas is not going to go anywhere. Because at this point, y'all already invested your money in him. That's already the direction that y'all chose. Y'all gave him a lot of money. Y'all traded a lot of pieces. And then with Kyrie Irving, I have no idea what they were thinking. But y'all made that trade and lost the little bit of pieces that you had. So now you have to depend on him for scoring and on Kyrie. When it's the same player, no defense present in those players. Granted, like we said, Kyrie is more efficient when he's on the floor, but Luka still has those issues, and he's still Luka. He's talented, for sure. That's Baby Bird. We talk about him all the time. But unless he can get rid of those little aspects of his game, I'm not going to go anywhere.
And the craziest thing about it is they now got to enter a rebuild phase, and we know how long that takes.
Facts.
Because even Christian Wood, are you going to keep him? What are you going to do with him? What's going on?
They're going to end up wasting him. Christian Wood, if he stays with Dallas, it's going to be another one of those wasted players. Because Christian Wood could be a top 10 power forward in the league.
I thought he already was. I'm like, what happened? Why are they not playing him? I don't get it. I don't know what's not working.
He's being wasted. But let's move on. Carlo didn't have too much to say in that picking up the pieces. He wasn't so as what's the word?
Enthusiastic.
He wasn't as enthusiastic about Luka today. Maybe we'll try again next time.
Move on.
Let's talk about that MVP race though. That boy Joel Embiid. 50 of them things. Dropped 50 of them things just yesterday.
What did Jokic do yesterday?
Lose to the Rockets.
Lost to one of the worst teams in not just the West, in the NBA.
How many points he scored?
I don't got the stats on that. How many points did Jokic score yesterday? Do you know, Bomb?
Wasn't it 8?
He scored 8 points.
Just Googled it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, terrible.
So, MVP race. Jokic scored 14 and was outscored by Segun, who scored 20. And they got the same amount of rebounds. Meanwhile, Embiid dropped 50 on the Celtics.
52.
52 on the Celtics. Do y'all think this has solidified Embiid as the MVP? I mean, there's more season to play. Jokic could turn around and drop 72 tomorrow or tonight, whatever. What are y'all thinking as of right now?
Man, Joel Embiid just had a 52-point game, bro. And Jokic choked against the Rockets. I know the last time we was on here, I said that the fact that Joel Embiid dodged the game from Jokic, that would have made Jokic the MVP. But there was still more basketball to be played. It was played. Somebody showed up yesterday and scored half their team's points, and the other one folded. Like his coach told him in private and in public. That's why I fuck with him. Nigga, soft. Soft. S-O-F-T. Soft. That's what Kobe's saying from heaven. Soft.
We said soft.
You're soft. Joel Embiid for MVP.
Joel Embiid for MVP.
No more changing. That's my final pick for the rest of the season.
Bet.
Well,
now
my fault, Bob. I'll cut you out. That is my B.
I'm dead. But I was gonna say last week I said it's Joel, so of course I'm gonna say Joel again.
My boy's a dog.
He's gonna get it. He better get it. He might not even get it because we know what Perth said, and that's true. And we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Hard being black.
Some rules don't apply to Jokic, apparently.
It's hard being black.
But Joel Embiid is putting Philly on his back right now. Well, thank y'all for listening.
It's like the same combo on TikTok and YouTube and the podcast. We get a shit, but we don't get recognition. Why?
I mean, that's true. We get 20,000 views on videos. We get 90-some thousand views on a video.
They get 30 likes. I'm
30
sick.
likes, 5 comments.
I'm sick.
No new subscribers on YouTube. No new followers on TikTok. No new followers on Instagram. Y'all don't love us for real.
We finna quit.
We've been doing this for almost 2 years. Wait, have we been doing this? Has it been 2 years?
More than that.
It's been more than 2 years because we started recording and couldn't edit. Then we went to IG Live, and but we've been on YouTube and streaming services and all that for a year plus.
Y'all let us know. Matter of fact, this has been the same convo. This has been the sports segment. We hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and say something in the comments about what you think about the MVP race, what you think about the Angel Reese drama, what you think about March Madness. But most importantly, tell us what we need to do to please y'all. Tell us what we need to do to make y'all like, share, subscribe for real. God damn it. End this shit, Carlil.
Say it to your grandmama.
Oh, send it to your grandma. Make sure she likes, share, and subscribe too. God damn it.